Hello. Hi. Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties there. So I'm glad you stuck around as I got that sorted out, but I'm here. Let me know that everything's working. Uh, Hop on over to the live chat if you're here because I love to talk to you. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can see me. Computers, gotta love them. Okay, cool. It sounds like you can see me and hear me. Great. Anyway, thank you for joining me live today. Where are you tuning in from? And before I get on with answering the Q&A questions and everything, I wanted to let you guys know that, hello, Jasmine, Thomas, Natalie, Mario. Oh, Mario, hello. Or Tony, if you prefer that. Luca. Yeah, I wanted to let you guys know before I hop into answering the questions that my friend Evelyn and I just did a live a couple weeks ago, but we are hosting a free masterclass on Wednesday. It's going to be on Zoom. So if you're familiar with Zoom, which I'm sure everyone is after the fact that everyone was indoors for an entire year only communicating through Zoom, um, we're doing a Zoom masterclass. So we'll be able to like see each other and like you can ask and it's going to be like a training. We're also going to do energy work and a bunch of good stuff. So it's called the Release and Ignite free masterclass. I linked it down below. It's going down again on Wednesday. I believe there will be a recording. If you can make it live, that'd be great. But if not, you should be able to watch the recording. So get on in. You just have to click that link. You enter your name and email, I believe, and then you'll have access to the masterclass. Yay. All right, we have people from Texas, Kentucky, Barbados, the UK, Japan, Florida, Wisconsin, Portugal. Yay! Renee is already signed up. Renee is also going to the retreat. So Evelyn and I are also hosting a retreat on September 30th through October 3rd in person. You only have a week left to sign up. So get your spots. We just reserved the most amazing private chef for one of the nights. He like cooks intuitively. He goes and gets all these organic items and he doesn't have a menu. He just on the spot cooks whatever intuitively he is drawn to cook. My friend Carissa had him at her retreat and said he was amazing. So we're really excited for that too. Yes, so if you want to join the retreat, that is linked down below as well. It's going to be life-changing, I guarantee you that. Yay! All right. So with that, Q&A time, I suppose. Yay. All right. And also, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that really helps my analytics and it helps getting my videos out there. So I always appreciate that. And also, I do have pre-asked Q&A questions. I will try to get to some live here after I get through these pre-asked questions. But if anyone does super chat, I will automatically answer your question, by the way. So if you do a super chat, you 100% will get your questions answered. Oh, how do I feel? Yes, I was having some stomach pain yesterday. It was like really sharp and it lasted for hours. It wasn't like debilitating, but it was like, this is clearly uncomfortable. And it wasn't until I wiped everything from my schedule and decided not to do the live yesterday that the pain went away. I'm telling you, our body communicates to us with the sensations that we feel. The fact that the pain literally just diminished, like it vanished after I decided I was taking a whole day off. Like, that's a good sign that my body was just saying, no, don't do, like rest. And super chat is it's like the little donation button. So if anyone donates, then I will 100% answer your questions. I will like pause what I'm doing and answer your question. But okay, let's get into this. Yay. All right. So the first question says, how do you become a good manifesting individual? I've been scripting a lot lately, and sometimes I feel as though I'm doing things just because. and I necessarily don't feel it. I hope that makes sense. Looking forward to your Q&A. Yes. So how do you become good at manifesting? And also, are you currently doing things as far as manifestation practices just because you feel like you're supposed to? And does it feel like a task? Because if it feels like a chore and you're like, ugh, I don't want to be doing this, you're kind of defeating the purpose. The manifestation practices that work best are the ones that feel good for you to do, because the whole purpose of it is to help shift your energy, raise your vibration. There is definitely mindset work that sometimes feels tedious, and that is necessary. But really, to become a good manifester or good within personal development in general, it's about looking at it as a lifestyle, not just something that you're dabbling in. Like, oh, I guess I'll script a few times and I'll visualize. Maybe I'll do that for a week or a month, and then I should be good. Like, it's a practice. It's more than a practice. It's a lifestyle. So what practices do feel good for you? And you don't have to have a strict routine. And I know I've mentioned so many times that I have a morning routine and I do all these things, but I don't do the exact same thing every day. I get bored often and easily. And as soon as I get bored or something starts to feel like a chore, that's my sign of let's switch it up and do something else. The whole purpose is to feel better. So within that, like maybe you have a morning routine and you incorporate things that feel good, such as scripting or visualizing, or maybe it's as simple as going on a walk. I always talk about going on a walk because it's the biggest thing for me. Like going on a walk and just like focusing on all the beauty that you see. Because if you're shifting your perspective and direction to what is beautiful that's currently here now, that is going to help bring more beauty into your life. And also to become a good manifester, it's like monitoring, lightly monitoring who you're being throughout the entire day. Like, are you scripting and visualizing in the morning or doing whatever in the morning, and then the rest of the day you're just being all negative? And are you, maybe just like getting in your own way, getting in your own head? Because it's the process of being the best version of yourself. Actually, one thing that I feel has helped me manifest so much and change my life so much is I and I'm not saying this is not conceited at all, but I am a good person. Of course, I've made mistakes in my life, but I am a good person, and the things that I do and the things that I want for my life isn't just good for me. It's not like I'm trying to be rich and wealthy and have power and have all these people adoring me. No, it's like I am doing this because I want to live the best life possible, and I want to experience freedom and fun and joy, and I want to help other people do the same. Like I want to lead by example and show other people that they can do it too. So the things that I'm manifesting isn't just for me. I'm not just like, give me all the riches. Like, no, I just desire freedom and I want everyone to experience freedom. So, what is it that you're manifesting or focusing on manifesting right now? And what is your reasoning? Like, okay, I want to manifest wealth, but why? Is it because you want to be the best and have it all and be at the top? Or again, you just want, like, I want to be free. I want nothing to hold me back. I don't want like financial issues to have any control over how I experience life. I want to feel free. Like, that's my reasoning. So, can you look at what it is that you're attracting or attempting to attract into your life and see where you can clean it up a bit? Because there are pieces of what we want that is based out of our ego, but there's also pieces of what we want that's based out of our ego that if we really like looked at it, we can find a soul reason. Like, for example, um I want to manifest I'm trying to think of an example. What am I trying to manifest right now? I want to manifest yeah, I want to manifest just my next level life. I want to live in a beautiful home on the beach just because I want to feel good and that's it? Or what are you guys saying? Or can we shift it to, again, it always for me, like the examples always just go back to freedom. Like I just want to truly live my life to my fullest potential and fullest uh expression of myself. I want to prove to myself that like life is magical and we have no limits, and it can be big and it can be beautiful and I can have amazing things and I can also help people, and like it can be everything. So just like cleaning up what it is that you want to manifest and your reasons why. Can you shift to more of an open, like open-hearted stance on that? Hopefully that made sense. Yay. Thank you guys. Oh, someone sent a super chat. Any advice for a chronic health condition? So again, thank you for the super chat. And so I haven't experienced this. Well, I mean, I've experienced overcoming like ADHD and anxiety, and that doesn't mean that those things don't affect me, but that is where I've experienced it. I can share the story of some of the people that I know who have shifted chronic health conditions. I've always liked to mention, if you haven't watched the documentary Heal, Heal, it's on Netflix, it's on Amazon Prime, I believe it's on Gaia as well. It goes in depth about how our mind and our energy affects our body. Like our mind can directly affect the cells in our body. So I've shared this story before, but I think it's a really good example of someone I personally know. His name is Mike Lee. He was a professional boxer, and like he was a full-on professional boxer. He did tournaments on television and everything, and he eventually got sick and went to the doctor and was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease that the doctor said, like, this is just your life now. You're never going to be able to box again. It's kind of over for you. You're just going to have to take care of yourself. And he was in and out of the hospital for years, like in hospital beds overnight, in and out, weak, not feeling well. And he decided that what the doctor said was not going to be his fate. And his advice and what he did was he first and foremost utilized the power of joy and laughter. So even if he was laying in bed feeling horrible, he would turn on comedy movies and get himself to laugh, because laughter and joy, that helps raise our vibration. And for those of you who do not have a health condition right now, I'm not saying just to tune out and like zone out on comedy movies, but if you are dealing with health issues and you're like, I have no energy right now, like allow yourself to watch funny movies and raise your vibration in that way. And then while he was laying in his hospital beds, he would sit there and visualize. And this is a Dr. Joe Dispenza technique as well. Sit there and visualize every cell in his body, like working correctly. I don't know exactly what is going on within you, but whatever it is, can you envision that part of you healthy and what it would feel like to be healthy? Even if whatever you're feeling right now is overtaking what you're experiencing, like, can you bring up somewhat of an image or a feeling of what it would feel like to be fully healthy? What would your energy be like? How would it feel in your body? Just really focusing on that. So Mike utilized visualization. He utilized just affirmations, but really meaning it, like, I am healthy. I am boxing again. I am doing all these things. So comedy, visualization, affirmation, and of course, treating his body really well, feeding himself well, doing what he had to do to really take care of his physical body. But after years in and out of the hospital, he actually got back in to boxing again, and he competed on what is the UFC or something. He was already fighting in UFC fights, if that's what it's called, but he had like a huge national fight after all of this happened, and he got back up, he got back in the ring, and he's like fully healthy. He also use CBD. Soul CBD, the one that I've talked about a lot, it's actually the owner, like one of the people who created Soul CBD, and he created Soul CBD because CBD helped him so much in recovery from his autoimmune disease and like the pain that he was feeling. So again, watch Heal. I recommend watching Heal, the documentary. I recommend visualizing what the healthy version of you feels like, and do that every day. Affirmation, because when we're not feeling well or we have something going on, it's so easy to say like, oh, I feel horrible. Oh, this is wrong. Oh, this is wrong. Oh, and just like kind of go off on it. But catching yourself when you're saying that and respecting how you're feeling and respecting where your health is, but also affirming like, I'm healing. I'm getting better. I'm feeling better every day. And just making those little shifts. So I hope that helps. And yeah, thanks. Thanks for asking that question. All right. So the next question is, I have been struggling to find clarity in my career and life purpose. I know how I want to feel. I just can't seem to pinpoint the exact thing that is meant for me. Do you have any tips on gaining clarity aside from meditation, inner guidance, and tarot, etc.? So, struggling finding clarity in career and purpose. I know how I want to feel. I just can't seem to pinpoint the exact thing that is meant for me. That's perfect. The fact that you know how you want to feel is amazing. Does anyone else relate to that, where it's like, I'm trying to find my purpose. I have no idea. Like, what do I do? I always like to guide people to look at what you enjoyed when you were younger. I always wanted to help people. I wanted to help animals. I wanted to be an actress. I just wanted to have fun. But I really always had this calling to help people, and I didn't know what that looked like. When I was young, I don't think life coaching was even a thing. But by helping myself first, it kind of helped me into discovering life coaching. So I think that as long as you know how you want to feel and you just kind of lean into that, let life guide you. If I feel like so many times people are trying to sort things out in their brain, but our purpose isn't just lodged in our brain. Like, our brains are excellent computers. I've said that many times before, but our purpose isn't something that we have to figure out. What if your purpose is found within you following your heart, not like figuring it out from your brain? Like, what if your purpose is within taking care of yourself fully, like diving into the personal development healing work? I wish everyone in the world would get into personal development and healing, because that is where the magic happens, and that is where things unfold. And even within manifestation, I feel like we try to plan things out too much from our brains. Like, my mind wants this because society has told me I should want this, and my parents have told me I should want this, and I've always thought I wanted this, so this is clearly what I should be manifesting and wanting. But like, what if we were to wipe all of that away? What if you were to wipe everything away? And I know you're saying you don't know your path or your purpose right now, but what if we were to let go of everything that we thought we're supposed to want and really check in the moment, and what excites you? Like, what if following your heart is what leads you to finding your purpose? Like, for example, right now, many of you know that I am about to embark on a journey where I'm not going to re-sign my lease, and Louise and I are going to travel, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But I never planned for that. I never saw myself doing that. And then one day it just kind of came up in me. It's not something I planned at all. It just, like, the download hit. Like, you get these light bulb moments, and then you kind of play with those ideas and you feel like it light up in your body. And is my purpose to travel? I'm sure that's not my full on purpose, but it's something that's lit up within myself that will take me on this adventure and this journey, and a lot of things are going to unfold on the way. I don't think we ever fully have this clear, like, this is my purpose. Some people might, some people do. But life is about this, like, this constant unfolding, and you don't need to know what's next. And as much as I love going to psychics, and as much as I love hearing their input, and a lot of the times they're very accurate, a lot of the things that they say come true. Not everything does. But it's because it's our choice and what happens and what feels good. Because I didn't mention the second part of the question was asking about like a psychic that could help them. I've had psychics tell me certain things, and there are things that happen where I'm like, that very clearly could have happened if I would have made that choice, but that choice didn't feel right. I'm following my heart. I need water. But yeah, you don't need to know your purpose. And I think that we have many different purposes throughout our lives. We have just many different chapters. But before I go off too long on that question, because I have a tendency of doing that, I'm going to go to the next. Okay, the next question is, hi, Annie, with only a few months till the year is up, I'm starting to feel down and anxious because my main goal for the year in my business hasn't come close to coming through. I have so many things going on in my life too, other than my business, like my baby, teaching, housework, responsibilities. I have one main goal for the year and it keeps getting pushed to the back burner, and I'm afraid I'll never achieve it. So my questions are, how can I focus and manifest this business goal of mine before Christmas time this year? And two, how can I get over the fear of failure that is due to my perfectionism? Like, I'd rather not try and fail than try, or I'd rather not try and fail than try and fail and feel like a loser. So she'd rather not try than try and fail and then feel like she didn't do well. So with that, she's saying that she has this thing that she wants to manifest by the end of the year, and it hasn't even come close to coming true. She's also a perfectionist and doesn't really try, but wants to know how to have it manifest by the end of the year. And here's the thing about manifestation. It's like some people have it in their mind that they can do these manifestation practices and visualize, and poof, it just magically shows up right in front of them, like magic. Like, I didn't even have to try. It's just there. This is crazy. And that's not what we're talking about with manifestation as we're currently doing it now. Like, there's a future reality where we can like poof things into existence, but that's just not what's going on at the moment. And the lack of trying and the perfectionism is exactly what holds you back. The not doing, the not trying, and the fear and the perfectionism is exactly the thing that holds you back from manifesting what you want. Because we need to try. We need to put effort out there. There's this little like mini story saying with the law of attraction. It's like, you can sit there and go, I'm manifesting winning the lottery. I'm manifesting winning the lottery. I'm manifesting winning the lottery. And then you don't win the lottery. And then it's like, you didn't even buy the ticket. You didn't even take the action to buy the ticket, you know? So there are actions that need to be put out from you. And I would like to just, in my personal opinion, in my experience, it does not help. Oftentimes it does not help to put a deadline or a time on your manifestations. And yes, I know I do yearly vision boards, but the thing is, when I make my yearly vision boards, I don't go, everything on that vision board has to come true, because if it doesn't come true in the year, then it's I failed and it's a failure. It didn't happen. Yada, yada, yada. Like those are my intentions that I'm setting for the year. And then I release when they happen. They don't need to happen in that year, because I feel like when we put a pressure on it needs to happen in a certain amount of time, we get in our head. We start going, oh my gosh, the date's getting closer. It's not happening. It's not happening. Oh my gosh, it's still not happening. Oh, I'm getting nervous. And because manifestation is such an energetic thing, that energy of, oh, I'm nervous, it's not happening, it's still not happening, it's still not happening. It's like, that's exactly why it's not happening, because you're putting pressure on a time frame. What if you were just to go, this is my goal, I'm open to it happening when it happens. And maybe it'll take longer than a year. Maybe it won't, but it will happen a lot quicker than putting that time limit on it that then causes you to go, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I say release time limits on manifestations altogether and see how that feels. Like, release the pressure. Like, who said it has to happen in that amount of time? Why are we putting that pressure on ourselves? Good, because I have a 2020 vision board that I had to change. I had to change the year to 2021. I like, again, I make yearly vision boards, and I even put the goal, or I put the year on it. But I don't say it all has to happen this year. It's just, this is my vision board that I made for this year, and I will make another one when the next year hits. And maybe some of the things, if they didn't happen, I'll put it on the next vision board, but it's not like an end all be all. If it didn't happen, then I fail and I can't have that goal anymore. But just easing up on that pressure is key, because again, the perfectionism and the fear of failure is exactly the thing that needs to be healed in order to manifest the thing. That is also another thing that I wanted to add to the first question. The first question was just how to become a better manifester. To become a better manifester, better at manifesting intentionally the things that you want, the key to it is go on your own personal healing journey, because it's within the limiting beliefs and the fear and the anxiety and the pain and all of those like heavy feelings that we experience. It's within healing that opens you up and frees you and makes the process feel magical and happen so much more effortlessly, because it's like any little hiccup comes and all of a sudden we're like, this isn't safe. I'm failing. Like, nobody likes me. Ugh. And that's like this shielding opposite energy of being open to manifesting the things that we want. So to become a really powerful manifester starts with the healing work. And I know some people are just like, no, but I just want it to be like, I wave a magic wand and it happens. I don't want to have to do the actual healing work. No, but that's it. Like, if you want to be this magical magnetic human, it's within the healing work. So if you want to reach all of the highs, all the magic, all of the beauty, all of the abundance, we first have to, sort out, deal with, heal, visit our lows. And that doesn't mean you have to sit in depression, but you have to look at things clearly, like, why am I reacting this way? Why am I believing this thing? Why is this happening? Why am I saying these things to myself constantly? Like, really checking into your programming. I will get to some of these questions, but I still have more that were pre-asked. Okay. I want money, abundance, but there's a part of me that doesn't care or want to care about money, but to attract it, should I want it? Advice. Who here wants money? Let me know in the comments. Do you want money? Do you want to attract money? Do you want to attract abundance? Hit the thumbs up button if you do. Leave a comment if you do. I want to know if you are on that page of wanting to attract abundance in your life, because I feel like this is one of, yes, money. So here's the thing. It's like, we want money and we want to be abundant, but there oftentimes is also a part of us that feels guilty for wanting money and that feels guilty for wanting abundance because we've been taught that through television and through family and society, like the rich guys are the evil ones. They're selfish. They're bad. Like in all of the movies, it's like the popular rich girl in high school is the mean one. She's the evil character. So you're allowed to want money, and you're also allowed to go, I don't really necessarily care about money, but I want it, but I don't care about it. It's not like I need it in that way of like it's more important than anything else in the world, but I also want it. But can you play with why why am I feeling this need of also going, I shouldn't want it? Yeah, we love money. So I want millions, but I'm not ashamed at all. That is great. There are some people who have this conflict within themselves where they're like, I want money, but I feel ashamed of it. I feel ashamed of wanting it. And if you're in that position, it's about making friends with money. Like, and I've shared this before, but I think it's always a good reminder. If we were to look at money and the way we treat money as if it were a person, how are you treating money? Like, how would you be treating that person? Like, say that money is a person. Hello, money. Nice to meet you. Are you sitting there telling money, like, I really want you. Like, I really want you. But I actually also don't want you. Like, I don't even want to be seen with you. People are going to judge me if I have you. But I also kind of need you. Like, you're giving it really mixed signals. Or maybe you're telling money, like, you're never there for me. Like, every time you pay a bill or, go shopping and you put your card in the machine and you have this like cringing feeling. It's like, money, ugh. Like going on a date with money. What do you really feel? Money is energy. Increase your self value and increase your money. Yeah. So why are we placing shame on money? Because just again, as if it were a person, would that person would your friend want to hang out with you if you're giving them those kinds of mixed signals? Like that would be really, I don't think I would want a friend like that. I wouldn't stick around. And people are energy. Money is energy. We are energy. Everything is energy. So if we look at everything just from an energetic standpoint, anything that I want, how am I reacting to it? Am I getting frustrated at it all the time? Am I, misusing it? Am I ignoring it? Are you ignoring your bank account because you're like, I don't want to see what's in there. I don't want to have bad news. Like, get personal with your money and pay attention to it and get more intimate with it. I just invested $7,000 into a course that will teach self-confidence for my future, or I just invested in a course that will teach self-confidence for my self-confidence to run my own future business. Yeah, invest in yourself. The only time I felt nervous to check my bank account was when I knew I only had $16 and really nervous to check my bank account for not being paid yet. Yeah. But it's like you knew you had $16, so why not just look at it? Like anytime we're trying to avoid something, that kind of shows where we actually need to put our attention. Anytime you're trying to avoid something, that's a good signal that that's the thing that you should be sorting out. Who's experienced that? It's like the thing you're trying to avoid is the thing that once you face will energetically open you up to more. Yay. But why can't I manifest money? You can. You can manifest money. But if you're thinking you can't, then you can't. Anyway, going back to the original question. Where was it? Oh yeah, I want abundance, but there's a part of me that doesn't care or want to care about money. But to attract it, should I want it? You can want it in a healthy way of looking at money for all of the good that it does. And why do we want money? Again, I always go back to freedom. We want money because from a heart-centered space, not from the ego, because there is sometimes a piece of us where we're like, I want money because then I'll look cool and everyone will admire me, and I'll show my parents that I can do it even when they thought I couldn't, and I'll prove to everyone that I'm super cool and desirable and everyone will want to be my friend. But at the same time, everybody probably won't want to be my friend because they're going to be jealous of me because I'm the best and I have all the money. So, like that ego standpoint. But when we really look at it, it's like we want it because of freedom. So, can we look at it like I just genuinely desire freedom? I genuinely desire freedom. Can money help me with that freedom? Yes, it can. Okay, because money helps support my desire for freedom, I'm going to be best friends with it. I'm not going to shame it or, run from it or shame myself for wanting it. I'm just looking at it as genuine support of my freedom. And now that I know that I want money and I can be excited about money and celebrate when I have money, someone's writing in the clouds. Like a plane is writing in the clouds right now. Sorry, I got distracted. But so when it really comes down to it, it's the freedom that we want. So how can we actually embody the freedom? What would freedom feel like within you? What would freedom feel like in your body? Probably would feel very open, like you could breathe deeply, like you felt supported, like you didn't have to be in a panic or in fear or like something's always wrong, because you just have this abundant support. So embodying that feeling and then also befriending money in the process is the key to it. Okay. Because I can tell you from my experience, when I'm in like panic and when I'm stressed out, that is not when the money comes in. And when the money comes in, it's not when I'm hustling and struggling and forcing and trying and overthinking and trying to sort it out. Ooh, 111 people here right now. Woo! Um, it's when I shift my energy and I'm feeling better and I can connect and speak with you guys and just I'm feeling open. That's when the money comes in. But I know if I'm in my own way, if I'm like flustered, if I'm in one of those funky states, like money slows down with my energy slowing down and lowering. Okay. Someone said a woman on YouTube named Patricia Bright has a series where she asks successful women what is one piece of life advice. My question to you is, if there's one piece of manifesting advice you could give to the world, what would it be? Yay! 111, yay! If there was one piece of manifestation advice, I already said this. And it's 111 as I'm about to say this. Well, now it's 112, but it'll be 111 again. I promise. I already said this, but my one piece of manifestation advice is don't flake on the healing work. Do not flake on the healing work. Don't tiptoe around it. You get to also, I'm like, she asked for one, but I can't keep it concise to one. Like, you get to play with the fun pieces of manifestation, raising your vibration, play, scripting, visualizing, doing the things that feel good. But if you skip out on the healing work, you'll notice that even as you're manifesting things, you're going to hit these bumps where you're like, oh, I just received something, but I don't feel worthy of it. And now I feel all this discomfort in my body, this pain, this shame, this not enoughness, this what if I lose it all, like those things will pop up as you even purely are manifesting things if you're not doing the healing work. And even if you are doing the healing work, you're still going to notice like worthiness wounds coming up. And that's why doing the healing personal development work is so important, because you can do that and you can learn to nurture and self-soothe yourself in the moment. Because as of now, most people, when something happens that feels uncomfortable or that worthiness wounding comes up, they self-sabotage or they shut down or they suppress it. And every time you suppress something and you don't heal it, you can guarantee that that exact thing that you're avoiding or suppressing will come back up again and again and again whenever it has the opportunity to. So that's why it's like so important to do that healing work. When things come up, address it, sit with it, be with yourself, explore your mindset. And the more you do that, the less those self-sabotaging habits pop up. So my biggest piece of manifestation advice is do the healing work. Don't suppress the things. When the things come up, when the discomfort comes up, when the anxiety comes up, that is when you shift and heal that. I need some guidance for healing work. I would recommend, if you need guidance for healing work, I mean, obviously I have my YouTube, but I have my membership too. It's not linked down below, but I do have my membership, and we do monthly coaching calls, and there's a lot of healing guidance in there, personally. Ooh, oh, no question, doing a solid. Go to Costa Rica, Playa Negra, Santa Teresa, and Monteverde. Oh my gosh, that is so nice of you. Well, thank you. I receive and I accept. I really appreciate that. And Costa Rica, I actually think I probably will go there someday soon, because I am starting my travels. I've actually recently been looking at Airbnbs potentially in Hawaii. And yes, I'd have to fly with Louise. Don't want to hear sass about that. But we're going to take it a step at a time. I'm going to do local West Coast travel first, and then maybe try out taking Louise to Hawaii for a month. But if that goes well, then I'm definitely down to try other places. But I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Okay. So the next question is, how do we remove deep beliefs that don't serve us, and that we aren't aware of that we have? What is the most efficient and fastest methods? So how do we remove deep beliefs that don't serve us? There are many ways, and this kind of goes with what I was just saying. So when we have those triggers and things pop up, those are showing us where our healing needs to occur or gets to occur. So one of the best way to uncover the limiting beliefs is actually start going after the things that you want. Start working on manifesting the things that you want. Like, take inspired action, and it's within that inspired action, it's within the action of going after what you want, that you're going to notice all of these triggers pop up all over the place, and you're going to see where healing can occur. So for example, for the longest time, speaking in front of people was very difficult, because I can get, even now I can get spacey, because I, have all these questions, and then I have all these questions. I have all these questions on my phone, and then I have all these questions on the side, and like a lot of different things are happening all at once. So I'm like, my attention's going all over the place. And so I can get a little spacey, but I used to get really overwhelmed speaking in front of people, because I felt that spaciness overpowered me. And every time I'd get distracted and I wouldn't stay on track with my thoughts, I would get this massive trigger that would come up in me, and I would just feel this shame of like, I'm not good enough. What I have to say doesn't matter. I'm just like, I'm not smart enough. I'm not whatever. So every time I would go to speak in front of people, I would get this like debilitating anxiety and get all like, ah. Okay, for the people typing a bunch of the same thing, please don't do that right now. I will get to people as I feel the desire to. But just seeing that is distracting for me. So stating my boundary right there. So I used to speak in front of people and I'd feel these triggers come up and I'd feel overwhelmed. And those feelings used to mean that I'm not good enough. I can't speak in front of people. I'll never be able to speak in front of people. I'll never have the confidence. Every time I go to try to speak in front of people, I freeze and panic and have anxiety. So then I would just kind of push it down and go, okay, I'm just not going to speak in front of people for a while. Just going to push it down and avoid it. And so I push it down and then I wouldn't speak in front of people for a while, virtually or in front of people in general, even just like having conversations with multiple people. Hello, Jelly. So I would just shove it down. And then another opportunity would come up down the road where I'd have the opportunity to speak in front of people. And so I'd go to speak in front of people. And once again, anxiety would hit, like pressure on my chest. I would freeze. My mind would get scattered. I would like completely lose track of thought. And I would be a space cadet because I was just like in this freeze state. And the same thing would happen over and over again. And every time I would just push it back down and go, okay, I'm going to push it down. And then another opportunity would come up. And again, this would happen over and over and over again. And it's because every time I would just suppress it and hope it's all going to go away. It's going to be fine the next time. I'm sure of it. No, it was never fine the next time until I dealt with it in real time. And every time that feeling would come up, I would feel it and I would start to like speak through it. I would feel the discomfort and I would still try to speak through it. And then afterwards, like after speaking in front of people, I would sit there and I would still feel that feeling in my body and feel all the shame and chaos within myself. And it was in those moments after I was speaking, I could sit there and parent myself through and coach myself through and do the healing work through all of that. But it's like every time you go after the things that you want to go after and a trigger pops up or a limitation pops up, it's dealing with it in real time. So that is the quickest, and I'm not saying it's instant, but that is the quickest way to work through those things is as you are pursuing what you want to pursue and all this discomfort is popping up, not just pushing it down every time, but dealing with it and caring for yourself in real time. And sometimes that just looks like sitting there with yourself and going, like, where did this come from? Can I pinpoint where was the first time that I felt really uncomfortable and not good enough speaking in front of other people? And play with that idea. Okay, I can look back to when I was a child and I would be sitting there with my family and all the adults would be talking and I would try to chime in and say something in front of all the adults and they would look at me and blankly stare at me and then just look away and start talking again. So it was like as a kid, I would say something and then I would just be ignored when I would speak up. Or I just shared another piece where when I was in like the 3rd grade, I was on a field trip and there was a newscast on this field trip. Newscast, is that what it's called? Like a news team. They were doing some little local report and everyone was super excited and they were interviewing some of us to be on the news. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be on the news because they interviewed me. And I remembered as they interviewed me, I like got really in my head and I was just like babbling and I don't even know what I was saying, but I was still just so excited because I'm like, I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to be on the news. This is so cool. I have no idea what I said because I pretty much blacked out of nervousness, but I'm going to be on the news. And I told my parents I was going to be on the news. And my parents told my whole family that I was going to be on the news. So my whole family, the night it was supposed to air, tuned in. Everyone was so excited that I was about to be on the news. And we sat there to watch the news. And they're playing all of my classmates, showing all of their interviews. And then it ended and they never shared my piece. They cut me out. And to me as a little kid, that was another emphasis of, oh, your voice doesn't matter. Like what you have to say doesn't matter. And so a lot of these things, a lot of these triggers, a lot of these unhealed beliefs are sorry, some people are doing weird things in the comments and I don't like it. Can you not send these weird things? um, using my voice, opening my throat chakra. But yeah, as a kid, it's like we interpret all of these things in ways that are programmed into our subconscious mind, and then we carry them throughout our lives. And there's still those like past versions of myself who was very hurt as a child and didn't feel worthy to share my voice, and that carried on to my adulthood. So every time I would challenge those thoughts of your voice doesn't matter, and I would show up and share, and then the discomfort would come up. It's like in those opportunities, um, that is where the healing can occur. Hopefully that made sense. Jelly said, I had the opportunity to work with Annie for 6 months and it completely changed my life. Cannot recommend that enough. If you're ready for massive shifts, thank you, Jelly. Yay. Jelly's amazing. I miss her as a client. But she is off. That's one thing. The people that I work with one-on-one for my coaching, some coaches try to get their clients to re-sign over and over again. I never, ever ask or try to encourage my clients to re-sign with me after 6 months, because I believe that we all have the power to make massive shifts on our own. Like, you can watch my videos or join the membership or work with me one-on-one or come to the free masterclass Evelyn and I are putting on Wednesday, and you can learn all of these things. But it's like after you're done learning, it's time to integrate. And I always just love to encourage people to come back to themselves, because you have all the answers within yourself. Louise is here. I do manifest good friends at work because what? They don't want to talk to me. I do manifest good friends at work because I have speech disabilities and people look at me weirdly and they don't want to talk to me and not want to know me. How do you? Well, I will just say this. If someone doesn't want to be your friend based off of the way that you speak, then you probably don't want them as friends in general. So all you really can do is just be yourself to the best of your ability. Yay, Louise. Okay. Someone says, what about the gratitude that other people feel for us? Is that a good thing for manifestations? Of course, if someone else has gratitude for you, that is only going to amplify your manifestations even more. So sink into that, like soak it up if someone has gratitude for you, because so many times, at least for myself, we assume the worst. Like, we assume people don't like us. So if you're feeling like this person is grateful for me, this person likes me, this person appreciates me, like soak that in. That can amplify you even more. I have some nice things to say, but I'll leave it in the comments. Thank you. Aw. I'm still going to connect you with my friend Shane, by the way. I told him about you and he's like, I would love to connect with him. So just know that. But that's so nice of you. Anyway, I'm getting super distracted with the comments versus what's on my phone. So I'm just going to go to the comments now because I feel like my attention keeps pulling to both places and I keep getting really distracted. So now if you have questions, I will take them. Only for a little while longer because we've already been on for almost an hour. And I would prefer questions that can apply to a lot of people. So I know a lot of people have like individual things, but if you feel like you have a question that will apply to everyone, that will be where I'm most likely to take them. So I'm going to search up here. And I am going to search up here. I was wondering why writing a list of goals seems to work better for me than actually script out a full scripting journal entry. It's like letting them go helps so much more than scripting it out. I've manifested the goals so much faster than scripting. Okay, yeah, so there are actually, and I don't know if one of my past clients, Marisol, I don't know if she's here, if she's gonna watch this, but she brought up a concept that I was very much aware of, but I haven't even spoke about this ever because I've only dabbled in this understanding that there are different kinds of ways to manifest. As far as human design goes, it's like there are some people who are very specific manifestors, and then there are some people who need, I don't know the terminology, but need to be less specific. So some people, when they're very clear about what they want and every single detail, all of the aspects, and they just have a ton of clarity, that helps them and that feels really good for them. So because that feels really good for them, it helps them manifest those things easier. And on the other hand, again, there's a type of person who, when they have all of these details and specifics and like a time limit, like it needs to manifest by this time, and whatnot, it puts pressure on them and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel expansive. It feels restrictive and it gets them flustered. Um, then having those extreme specific things doesn't help them whatsoever. So it's like if making a list feels so much better than scripting, then do that. You're probably one of those non-specific manifestors, and that's cool. That's just your type. But also, I've had times where it's like it feels better to write a list because when I go into detail, I just feel stressed because I have to put my brain power into it, and it just kind of goes back to being in high school and not liking to do homework and feeling stressed about doing that. But there are also times where I feel really good going into detail. So there might be a time where that shifts, but just knowing there are different kind of manifestation styles based off of your human design type and chart. Mm, let's see. I am trying to manifest my SP. Specific person? What is that? What's SP? I am trying to manifest my SP, but when I don't see any change in his behavior, I get disappointed. Okay, we we can we can help shift others. We can. There was a point where I'm like, you can't change another person, but genuinely, if we shift our energy, that can have the effect on spouse, maybe, yeah. That can have an effect on the other person. But it's not about sitting there and, like, thinking they need to be different, like, I need to change them, I want them to be this way. It's about changing ourselves. Like, however you desire your partner to be, who would you be once they are that way? And have that be your primary focus. Not, and it shouldn't even necessarily be about changing them. It's like, I want the kind of relationship where I get to show up in this way. Because when we're focusing our energy on another person in that way, going, once they change, I'll feel better. That's not manifestation. That's like trying to manipulate another person's energy. And that is not the point. Like, it all comes back to focusing on themselves or focusing on yourself. Um, I'm just curious of your actual situation though. Because for me, I hear that and I hear like potential codependency, specific person. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm a little confused because you're saying I'm trying to manifest my specific person, but when so are you saying that there's someone that you're not dating and you're trying to manifest them? Because I personally am not into that. I have no advice for that because I believe that people have free will and it's not about us manipulating energetically someone to being with us, because I believe that the right person is meant for us. And sometimes when we're so attached to another human, like I need to be with them, that's not a healthy place to be in. So I'm not the like for the people who always ask about manifesting their ex back, I'm like, I'm not the person to be asking that question to, because my advice is focus on yourself. And if they're meant for you, they'll be there for you. And if you're focusing on yourself and being the best version of yourself and having a good, happy, beautiful life, the right person will come in, not the specific person. Anyway, would you say manifestation is more about vibration than about thinking of something over and over again? Yes. I would say that manifestation is more about vibration than thinking about something over and over and over again. So there are a bunch of different universal laws. There is the law of attraction, which when we talk about manifestation, we usually think about the law of attraction. So there's a law of attraction, and that mostly has to do with what we think about and what we focus on, we attract into our life. What we focus on, what we think about, that's what we're attracting into our lives. The law of vibration is that everything vibrates at a specific frequency. And with that, with the law of attraction, it's like wherever we vibrate, that which is the same vibrational frequency we're attracting into our life. And then there's the law of assumption, which the law of assumption is like pretty much if you hold in your heart that you assume something to be true and the beliefs that you have to be true, whatever you believe to be true, you're attracting into your life. So if you're like, I believe that no guy likes me, I can't get a man, like guys suck, then it's like, that's the energy you're putting out there. You're assuming that, and that's what's happening. I believe that, again, going back to money, I believe that money, like I need money, but money's evil. People who have money are evil. People will judge me once I have money. People will want to take advantage of me once I have money. Like those are my beliefs, which are repelling. So because I believe that, that's what's happening. So it's like there are all of these different universal laws, but I do believe when it comes down to everything, the vibrational frequency, like the law of vibration, is, in my opinion, one of the most potent ones, because once you master your energetic state, then that is where the magic happens. But of course, mindset work is important. Mindset work's important. Energy work's important. It all just kind of goes hand in hand. Yeah, law of assumption, which is about beliefs. Anyway, there are a lot of different questions right now. There are a lot of different questions. How do you manifest while dealing with narcissist people? To manifest while dealing with narcissistic people is, first and foremost, probably focus on healing work and creating boundaries with those narcissistic people, because you're probably an empath. Empaths tend to attract narcissists into their lives at times because empaths are so energetically open and like they want to help people. And then the narcissist is on the other end of the spectrum and they want to take. And of course, the empath usually wants to just give. And the empath wants to give, the narcissist wants to take. So for you to become an energetic match and to manifest the things that you want, I think it's first and foremost important to, create the boundaries with the narcissist, create distance, and then work on the manifestation tools and whatnot. Okay, I have a lot of people asking about health, so I'm going to one more time reiterate. I recommend, whether you're dealing with health or not, the documentary Heal, H-E-A-L, Heal. It's on Netflix, it's on Amazon Prime, it's on Gaia. Like, you can find it a lot of different places. It's really powerful. I would watch that first and foremost. Could you recommend some good books? Yes. The Success Principles, you already said that. I love The Miracle Morning. You guys have heard me talk about that a lot. The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. You Are a Badass at Making Money. Actually, I have a bunch of books right here. One second. Pulling out all of my books. Literally so many. Miracle Morning. Take a screenshot if you're interested in this. Ooh, this one's really good. If you're into like spiritual manifestation, like using spirit guides and angels and whatnot, this is a quick, easy, really good book. Hiring the Heavens. Screenshot. I already showed you Miracle Morning. The Power of Now. This is really good for, I don't even know what category this would fall under. I mean, it says it's, you know, for spiritual enlightenment, but it's very much on clearing your mind. Power of Now. Ooh, another really good spiritual one is Wisdom from Your Guides by James Van Praagh. I love this one. Ooh, we're at 111 people again. Woo! This one's amazing. Ask Your Guides by Sonia Choquete. I also have her Oracle deck. This cannot be all of my books. This one, I don't know if you're into Abraham Hicks, but this is just the Law of Attraction book by Abraham Hicks. And then, wait, I'll just pick you up with that. And then I just read this one by Amanda Francis. And then this is really good. I'm just reading this now. It's a classic, but I'm just reading it now. It's on concepts I'm very much already aware of, but it's a really good reminder. Whew. Okay. So I hope that helps you. I definitely have more here, but those are the ones I'm going to start out with recommending. Anyway, I'm going to go. Thank you guys for hanging out. Wait, before I go, I want to remind you that, thank you guys for hanging out. I feel like I was super scattered on this live, so I'm happy that some of you got some good stuff out of it. But once upon a time, me feeling scattered on a live, I would be like in anxiety going, I'm not good enough. I give up. I fail. Everybody hates me. I'm dumb. But I don't do that anymore. But I want to remind you that Evelyn Huynh and she is a fellow coach. She also, has a large TikTok following. So she's a coach slash influencer. Her and I are doing a free masterclass on Wednesday through Zoom. Actually, really quick, I'll read you what it's about. It's free. You should sign up. It's down below. So it says, this event is for you if you desire to use energy work to tap deep into your subconscious mind so you can identify and release the specific fears that hold you back, If you want guidance from spiritual coaches on how to process and let go of low vibrational emotions such as unworthiness or shame as they come up or surface. You desire to feel fully worthy, accepted, and vibrant, standing in your own power. You desire to strengthen your inner confidence so you can speak your truth without hesitation. So that's just like a brief. If you experience these things, you should definitely come to the free Release and Ignite Masterclass. It is linked down below. All you have to do is click the link. You enter your name and email, and then you can come join us live on Zoom. And of course, as I mentioned on Zoom, we can actually like see each other. There'll probably be a Q&A portion so we can actually like talk face to face for free. It's going to be fun. So, yay. Yay. Yay, thank you guys. So yeah, please join us Wednesday. It's going to be really amazing. And remember, if you're wanting to come to the Release and Ignite retreat going down in October, nope, it's going down September 30th through October 3rd. So that's only a few weeks away. Grab your ticket now. I linked that down below as well. You only have until, I think, next Monday to reserve your spot. We already have people coming, of course, but we have more spots available. If you want to join in, it's going to be amazing. We're going to get to spend 3 nights together in a beautiful Airbnb in San Diego on 9 acres of land. We're going to go hiking. We're going to go to the beach and do some release ceremonies. We're going to do a lot of energy work, just connection, and really get to know each other. So if you've ever like wanted to be my friend, this is like, we're pretty much going to be on a vacation together for 3 to 4 days straight. So if that sounds fun to you, I hope you will join us. And yeah, check out all the links below. Thank you all for spending time with me today. And yeah, I hope to see you on the masterclass. And I hope to see some of you in person in San Diego for the retreat. All right, we're at 1 minute or 1 hour and 11 minutes. So we're going to close out here. All right, bye guys.